Hi everybody, and again hello from Sderot. Thank God I'm back here this week. Right now it's quiet. Seeing back of me is the Beit Midrash of the Yeshiva, the study hall. The boys aren't back yet. We're hoping they'll be back next week. It all depends on the government's decisions regarding the COVID-19 restrictions. But in the meantime, I wanted to share my message this week from here. I really wanted to do it on the rooftop, but it was much too windy today. So the Torah, as we're going to restart it this week, as we mentioned last week, begins with the story of creation, the creation of the world. And of course, afterwards, all the stories of Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov follow. Rashi, one of the most earliest commentaries on the Torah, one of the most famous ones, asks a very well-known question. The Torah, as we know it, is a book of commandments. That being so, why didn't the Torah begin with the first commandment, which happens to be the sanctification of the month, what we call Kiddush HaChodesh in Hebrew? That would have been the natural thing to do, instead of beginning with the story. So Rashi gives a very fundamental answer, which is really part of our belief and very, very important. Rashi says the Torah wanted to start with the creation of the world in order to let the people of the world, the nations, know that there's a boss. He created the world, God created the world, and He gave every land to the nation He saw fit to give it to. And He gave us, the Jewish people, the land of Israel. So if ever the rest of the world will come to us and say, what are you doing in Israel? That doesn't belong to you. We'll be able to show them, no, God created the world and He gave it to us. I always like to add to this Rashi and say that it's not only to convince the rest of the world. First and foremost, it's to convince us. We, the Jewish people, have to understand and believe that this is our land. God gave it to us. This is our home. It was a gift from Him, and no one could take it away from us. I always tell that to the groups that come visit, that we haven't had, unfortunately, since the beginning of the COVID-19 virus. Hopefully they'll come back very soon. I always tell them that Sderot, as the rest of Israel, belongs to us. It is our home. And as soon as we know that, and as soon as we convince ourselves that, it will be a lot easier to convince the rest of the world. So let's all remember that, and it will be a lot easier then to continue living here in peace. Thank you very much. All the best.